Have you ever felt like something inside you is shifting? Like you're waking up to a new understanding of yourself and the world? This feeling, which some describe as a deep calling or a powerful sense of change, is at the heart of a spiritual awakening. It's not something that happens overnight, nor is it a simple, linear journey. Imagine it more like a spiral, looping and evolving as you move through different stages of awareness and understanding. Some people revisit stages, others move quickly through them, but every single journey is uniquely tailored to each individual soul's growth. In this video, we'll explore the 5 stages of spiritual awakening. These stages will help you recognize where you are in your journey, offering clarity and guidance. Our goal is to keep the insights simple, clear, and relatable, so that by the end of this video, you'll have a deeper understanding of the path you're on. Let's begin this journey together. At the beginning of your spiritual journey, you may not even realize that you're on it. This is the unconscious self stage. For many of us, life seems to move on autopilot during this phase. Our thoughts, emotions, and reactions dominate our lives, and we are entirely unaware of the power we hold to change them. In this stage, you might find yourself reacting to situations with little thought. Anger, frustration, and negativity may feel overwhelming, as if you have no control over your emotional responses. You may feel stuck, thinking that life is happening to you, rather than seeing yourself as an active participant in shaping your reality. This unconscious way of living can make the world seem bleak, filled with fear and self-doubt. For example, imagine a moment when you felt triggered, someone cuts you off in traffic, and immediately, without thinking, you explode in anger. You don't question this response, it feels automatic. The ego in this phase, which we often mistake for our true self, is reactive and defensive, constantly trying to protect itself from perceived threats, no matter how small. But here's the key. This stage is not a failure. In fact, it is a critical part of the journey. Recognizing that you are living unconsciously is the first step toward awakening. It's like standing at the base of a mountain. Until you look up and realize there's a climb ahead, you won't begin the ascent. Acknowledge this stage with compassion. We all start here. In this initial phase, your view of others is also clouded. You see people not as they are, but through the lens of your own experiences, assumptions, and projections. This can lead to misunderstanding, frustration, and isolation. You might feel disconnected from others, blaming them for your own discomfort without realizing it's your perspective that needs to shift. At this stage, life feels predetermined, as if you're powerless to change it. However, this is where the journey of spiritual awakening truly begins. By recognizing that the life you're living isn't the full picture, you are on the cusp of something bigger, the realization that you can break free from these unconscious patterns and begin to explore a deeper, more authentic way of living. As you begin to wake up, you may find yourself in the throes of what is called ego death. This is one of the most transformative and challenging stages of spiritual awakening. It involves a deep unraveling of everything you thought you knew about yourself and the world. At first, ego death can feel like a loss. You've spent your whole life building your identity around certain labels: gender, age, race, beliefs, and societal roles. The ego uses these labels to define who you are. But during ego death, these illusions start to dissolve, and you begin to realize that you are not those labels. For example, if you've always identified yourself primarily through your job, you might start questioning whether your career truly defines you. As this questioning deepens, you might feel confused, empty, or even lost. This is a natural part of the process. The ego is losing its grip, and it can feel disorienting. You may no longer find comfort in the stories you've told yourself about who you are. Old belief systems around religion, life, and even the concept of God might no longer resonate with you. But here's the profound truth about ego death. It is not the end. It is a new beginning. What feels like emptiness is actually a clearing, a space where you can begin to see your true self, the part of you that is eternal, beyond labels, and beyond the narratives you've lived by. During this phase, the observer self starts to emerge. You begin to recognize that you are not your thoughts, your emotions, or your identity. Instead, you are the one observing them. This is a crucial realization because it opens up the possibility for inner freedom. Think of it like sitting in a movie theater. When you're deeply absorbed in the film, It feels as though you're living the story. But the moment you step back and realize you're just watching, not in the movie, the entire experience shifts. You are now the observer, separate from the drama unfolding on the screen. Similarly, in the stage of ego death, you step back from the drama of your own life and realize that you are the one observing, not the one being tossed around by emotions and reactions. Ego death is the gateway to freedom. It is a letting go of the false self, allowing the true self to begin to shine through. Stage 3. The search, seeking truth and understanding. After ego death comes the stage of the search. Now that the illusions of the ego have been stripped away, you're left with profound questions. Who am I? Why am I here? What is the purpose of life? This stage is marked by an intense desire for truth, a yearning to understand the deeper meaning of existence. The search is not just a mental quest, it is a deeply spiritual journey. You might find yourself turning to books, spiritual teachings, meditation, or even ancient wisdom traditions. You become a seeker, driven by a longing to discover your place in the universe. This quest can take you in many directions. Some people turn to religion, while others explore philosophies, mysticism, or science. The path is yours to choose. Let's consider the personal practice of meditation as an example. During this stage, you might take up meditation to quiet the mind and deepen your connection with the inner self. At first, it might feel challenging, your thoughts race and it's hard to focus. But over time, as your practice deepens, you begin to experience moments of stillness, where the truth seems to whisper to you from the depths of your soul. You might also find yourself resonating with spiritual teachers or guides, whether through books, podcasts, or in-person retreats. You are drawn to the teachings that reflect the deeper truth you seek. But it's important to remember, the search is not about finding answers outside of yourself. Ultimately, the truth you seek lies within you. The teachings and practices you engage with are simply tools to help you uncover the wisdom already residing inside you. This stage is often filled with moments of epiphany, where you suddenly understand a concept that once seemed impossible to grasp. These insights feel like bursts of light, illuminating the path ahead. But remember, the search is not always easy. It can be filled with moments of doubt, confusion, and frustration as you struggle to reconcile your newfound awareness with the old way of thinking. Stage 4. The emergence of the authentic self. As the search progresses, something extraordinary begins to happen. You start to connect with your authentic self. This stage is all about peeling away the layers of who you thought you were to reveal the true essence of your being. It's not about becoming someone new, it's about returning to who you truly are. In this stage, the masks you've worn to fit in with societal expectations begin to fall away. Pretending to be someone you're not becomes almost unbearable. You can no longer tolerate relationships, jobs, or environments that don't align with your authentic self. This can be a difficult phase because it often involves making significant life changes, leaving jobs, re-evaluating relationships, or even moving to new places. For example, you might have spent years working in a job that society deemed prestigious, but it never really brought you joy. In this stage, you'll start to feel an overwhelming urge to pursue something that aligns with your true passions, even if it means leaving behind the safety and security of what you once knew. During this phase, your true essence, who you were before societal conditioning, begins to emerge. You start to remember the things that once brought you joy as a child, before the world told you what you should be. Creativity, passion, and authenticity flow more freely. You start to recognize that living in alignment with your authentic self brings a sense of peace and fulfillment that nothing else can offer. It's also a time for healing. Old wounds and traumas may resurface, not to punish you, but to be acknowledged and released. As you clear these old energies, you make space for new growth. The more you step into your authenticity, the more the universe aligns with your true purpose. Stage 5. A life of alignment. Finally, we arrive at the last stage, a life of alignment. This is where the inner work pays off, and you begin to live in harmony with your true self and the world around you. In this stage, you no longer struggle to be someone you're not. You have fully embraced your authentic self, and now your thoughts, actions, and emotions are in alignment with your soul's purpose. In a life of alignment, there's a deep sense of peace and contentment. You understand your limitations and embrace your imperfections with compassion. You have learned to nurture yourself in the way you always needed, providing love, support, and care to your own inner being. Your relationships also begin to transform. Because you've embraced your own truth, you are able to extend that same compassion and understanding to others. You no longer feel the need to change people or fix them. You recognize that everyone is on their own journey, and you allow them the space to grow at their own pace. Living in alignment means that you feel connected, not just to yourself, but to the entire universe. You recognize that everything in life is interconnected. The trees, the air, the animals, even the stars, all are part of the same universal fabric. This deep connection brings a sense of oneness, of being at peace with the entire cosmos. In this stage, you've come full circle. You've moved from unconsciousness to awakening, and now you live with a deep understanding of the spiritual truths that guide your life. You've become the observer, the seeker, the healer, and the creator of your own reality. Living in awakening. The journey of spiritual awakening is not a straight path, nor is it a destination. It is a continuous unfolding. Each stage brings you closer to your true essence, your authentic self, and a deeper connection with the universe. Embrace the journey no matter where you are, and know that each step is a vital part of your soul's evolution. If this video resonated with you, please consider sharing it with someone who might find it meaningful. Leave your thoughts and experiences in the comments below, and let's continue exploring this journey together. Until next time, stay aligned, stay awakened.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give us a like. Join Think Wiser for more wisdom and insights to elevate your life.